Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. It's what a blessing to be able to sit down with you every day and just share one simple thought from the Word of God. Tonight, we've got the second night of Revival Nights at Main Campus. I'll look forward to seeing you there. But today I want to talk to you about an adulterous affair. Now, you know who I'm going to be talking about, King David. Chapter 11 of 2 Samuel, beginning with verse 1. In the spring, at the time when kings go off to war, David sent Joab out with the king's men and the whole Israelite army. They destroyed the Ammonites and besieged Rabbah, but David remained in Jerusalem. One evening, David got up from his bed and walked around the roof of the palace. From the roof, he saw a woman bathing. The woman was very beautiful, and David sent someone to find out about her. The man said, "Isn't this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" Then David sent messengers to get her. She came to him, and he slept with her. She had purified herself from her uncleanness. Then she went back home. The woman conceived and sent word to David, saying, "I am pregnant." I want you to see a four-step cycle of sin that David got caught up in until he was in trouble. The first step, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. At the time when kings go to war, David stayed home. Now, forgive me, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you have too much time on your hands to get in trouble. Now, too often with young men and young women today, I say, you know what? Get focused on what you're supposed to be doing. If you'll be busy doing what you're supposed to be doing, you don't have any trouble for sin. Now, this is not a Bible verse, but I can remember hearing it how many times in my life. Idle hands are a devil's playground. In other words, if you're doing nothing, if you're sitting around bored, you're going to get in trouble. So step one of the cycle of sin is you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not busy. Step two, David saw. David went up on the roof of his house. Now, if you'll study ancient Jerusalem, the city of David, David's palace was at the highest point, and then everything came down after that. Now, the people in those days did not take their bath in a bathroom. They took their bath in an open courtyard. Their house was built around it like this, and right in the middle of their home was where the well was and where the water was and where they took their bath. David knew exactly what he would be seeing if he went up there at nighttime when people took their bath so that they could not be seen. And they didn't need to worry about people peeking at them because, forgive me, nobody's house was taller than theirs. Everything went down. Now, right close to the palace was a home where Bathsheba lived. You say, why was she living so close to the palace? Her grandfather was Ahithophel, David's closest counselor. She came from leadership family. So she was living right there near. David went up to the top of his palace. He looks down and he saw. Now, David knew what he was going to be seeing. We can call him Peeping Tom or Peeping David. He saw. When a man sees what he should not see, lust gets created in his heart. Now, lust is different than sexual desire. Sexual desire can be fulfilled within marriage. David had a wife. If he just had sexual desire, it could have been fulfilled with his wife. Lust is a sin and is never fulfilled in a normal sexual relationship. Lust grew in his heart. David saw what he should not see. Now, some of you young men today, with the pornography and all the stuff you look at, you see what you should not see. And when you see what you should not see, lust is created. So, you're not where you're supposed to be. You see what you should not see. Thirdly, lust is created. And then fourthly, you begin to pursue information. He sent to inquire about her. Who is that? He couldn't see everything clearly from the distance. He wanted to know more. When a man has lust in his heart, he wants to go hang out around the woman that he's lusting after. He finds excuses to go and visit her. A man in the office finds excuses to go and see the girl or to have a coffee with her. He finds excuses to go hang out. He's gathering information. And the last step, the fifth step, is the opportunity created. David sent for her. She came, they're in private, the opportunity is done. Now, at any step, this cycle can be broken. If David would have just been doing what he should have been doing, he would have never committed adultery with Bathsheba. If David did not go up on the rooftop and act like a peeping Tom, David would have never committed adultery with Bathsheba. If David would have not gone after pursuing the information and trying to find out more about her, he would have never committed adultery with Bathsheba. And lastly, if he had never created the opportunity, well, I'm going to stay late and you stay late. If he had never created the opportunity, if he'd never put himself in that position, he would have never done it. Young man, you can live a clean life.